Alrighty guys, so I got a slow cooker going. Just gonna run this on low for 12 hours. You can do it at 8 at the minimum. So I just loaded all my bunch of butter in here because it's the first time I'm making can of butter. So I loaded it up. This has all been decarbed already in the oven. It smells really good. So what I'm doing over here, take a look. We have a big giant 1 stick of butter and 2 cups of water, and I'm just heating it. Okay, slowly. Actually, I can speed it up, but I don't need to. Once it's all liquefied, I'm going to pour it over this, stir it in, crunch all the material in really well, and then turn the heat on and leave this overnight. Come back and strain it, and we're going to strain it with a nice strainer here, and probably this mesh. We'll use this mesh. Now the problem with this is, guys, if you use your bare hands, you're going to be high as a mother. So you got to wear gloves when you squeeze out the end result, or it's going to hit you hard and fast about an hour later, and boy oh boy, yeah, wear gloves. Alrighty guys, welcome back to the off-grid tiny house. It is September the 30th, 2021, 20 after 11. I need to show you what's been going on. So I cleaned up a decent amount of stuff off the floor. Still got some pieces that I knocked down doing this. So anyways, up here we have the ceiling still exposed. So I rigged up without drilling anything, just with weight and lumber, excess lumber I had. I made a little pool underneath the ceiling because I can't fill the ceiling back in till we get a decent rain to see if everything is a-okay. Now we've been getting dew every morning on the roof, and I haven't seen anything leak in. However, we do have condensation happening now because of the cold temperatures. So I will be leaving my windows open so that we can mimic outdoor temps and all that fun stuff. So Sunday it's supposed to rain. I'm staying here Friday. I'm going to try to get back here Sunday as long as I don't have anything on the go, and we will see if everything works out. Now I purposely made this so it's going to pool the water, any water it collects in here. Now I'm not assuming it's going to collect a whole lot, so I'm not going to poke a hole in this unless I need to. And then I also have this, my battery bank and solar covered up except this wiring. But I'm assuming any possible moisture we do have, if we have any possible leaks, pray to God not, that this sheet will cover it. And we will be okay from there. So I just used excess lumber to take the weight all the way across. This was one of the drop sheets I had in my bug out bag that you guys seen me going through all those before. I had to rip apart the tiny house to get it back up to snuff. So I incorporated that. Saves me a trip to the store, and prepping pays off yet again. So I'm going to clean up a little bit more, vacuuming, clean up this mess a little bit, and then should be good for Friday. Let's see. I'm still monitoring that corner down here to make sure it dries out very well. It's kind of pretty nappy wood there now, so may have to put the fan in that corner, help dry it out a little bit further. It's dry, but not bone dry. So this is what I kind of rigged up for now, just to see how this rain handles everything. Now, one of the bonuses is the new spray foam I'm going to be putting on is white. However, it did turn yellow. well, no, this is the older stuff. So there's the stuff. So that white color will be filled in throughout the ceiling once the A-OK is given, and I can fill all that in with spray foam before it gets too late in the year, so we don't have a condensation problem. So I'm hoping that the rain comes quickly on Sunday. We get a good test, a good rain. If it passes, then all this is coming down, and then I'm going to start spray foaming like crazy up there before winter hits. Makes sense. Tiny house still a mess, pretty much. But then again, we're just closing in on her. Now the walls, I repainted here after it got stained with the rust crap. I had a little bit of paint left over, so I painted that to freshen that up, which is good. Actually, I got a lot of paint left over, but I had some still wet paint on the brush, so I just rolled this quickly, and Bob's your uncle, so good to go. I'm going to do some more cleaning, get out of here. I've been helping my parents with their deck. We're doing like a permanent seal to it. Probably never have to touch it again. It's some kind of, there's like 4 different coatings, and takes like 4 hours at a time in between each coating, and it's insane. So yeah, and I just finally got caught up with work for now. I'm expecting more in the next week or so, week or two actually. So I want to get as much stuff done here as possible, but I can't continue until this part is A-OK. So it's kind of halting me in my tracks at this moment. So I'm just going to do some more tidying, like I said, and get out of here. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Early morning, October the 1st, about 10 after 9. You guys can see the dewdrop, I hope, all over my tiny house. Lots of dew. Yeah. You can see all the moisture, even on the Starlink dish. So fall is here, and we get the dew point down this low, and we're gonna go check inside to see how my ceiling made out. I got the door open already. It's freaking cold. I should have brought my hoodie. Okay. So, yeah, she's cold in here, guys. Holy mother. I don't see any condensation in the tarp, which is good, but I'm assuming because the ceiling is going to be warming up, we're going to have condensation starting. And this is why I need to get the ceiling sealed with foam and insulated. But I am waiting for this rain, apparent rain we're going to get on Sunday. And then I can fill all that in with about 2 cans of spray foam, maybe plus. Let's see what time it is. Or temperature, 11 degrees Celsius. Oh, hell no. So I'm pretty much set up for tonight. I'm staying over tonight. It's Friday. But today I'm actually going to be next door helping my dad. And also have to help him back at his place working on the deck, sealing it, putting all kinds of, we put about like 6 different coatings on that deck as a permanent solution. So there it is. So it sounds like he's next door. I better get to work. Alright guys, so barrel stoves here. I just mounted one of my slower 12 volt fans that has all these different adjustment angles, and I kind of wired it into that position because I don't trust those screws. And this will sit basically on the ceiling. The blades just miss both directions, and that wire should hold it in position so it doesn't pull down or anything. I may have to tighten the screws up on this side so they don't move or articulate. But I think that's decent enough, so I'll run the wires in the chase. So there's the wire for it. Leave the switch on, run it back and wire it into the entertainment system at some point here shortly. And I just painted a piece of scrap 2x4 black to match to hold, so the fan has something to hold on to, grab onto there. So we'll try that out. Now down here I was going to just take a screwdriver and take a look at the floor down here where the damage occurred from the moisture. So give me a second here, I'll just take a look. Oh. Set the camera down and I'm just gonna poke around with the screwdriver. It seems pretty solid in most spots, except maybe in this corner. So I'm just gonna let this dry out, I think is best. I treated this with mold quite a bit, so I think we're not going to have issues there. I just have to back out these screws and then go give my dad a hand over there. And I won't have much time today to work in here, but we'll figure it out. So I'll just let all this dry out very well for resealing this thing back in. I don't think the water's sad enough to do a lot of damage, and all this yellowing is from when I bleached in here a few times. So yeah, I'll pull these screws out of the wood, the Robertsons I believe, so we'll do that. And other than that, guys, I think I saved this. I may put a little slick of paint on this or something just to seal it. It is what it is, right? So, gotta do what I gotta do. But I'll be foaming this in eventually anyways, so little paint can't hurt, I don't think, at some point. So I'll pull these screws and that'll be it. Well guys, another night over at the tiny house. I just woke up actually, so it's 10 o'clock now. It is October the 2nd and it is 15.8 degrees Celsius in here. I didn't have the heat on yet. Now supposedly tonight at 11:30 Saturday, we're gonna start getting some rain, and it's gonna continue into the next day and the next day and the next day. So this will be the big test for the roof to see if we got the leaks sorted out. Now the only section I don't have anything underneath is this little guy here, but I figured that water was seeping and running down there, so we'll find out. I got everything covered up still. I left this guy uncovered as well, letting him continue to dry out. What I did was I took a straight blade, was poking through to see if it was if there's any wet rot or anything going on still. So everything seems to be good that way. I may hit it again with some bleach just in case, but everything seems to be good. We're getting a lot of dew in the mornings here, as you guys saw outside the tiny house, so you could imagine what the roof would look like being a flat roof. My dad's next door working, and he actually brought donuts over, which I do not need but I had a couple anyways. Bring the other two home, give to my mom, and then I will be back here Sunday to observe any rain damage that may have happened or no rain damage. And if there is no rain damage, then I'm just going to go ahead and spray foam that ceiling up and go from there. Start getting things back together so I can continue working in here. Once this ceiling area is complete, we should be good. Now I just noticed this side is higher than that side, so most of the water is going to pool right where the battery bank is. Wonderful. If I do get a leak, but I don't expect any water in this catchment that I'm rigged up. But any water we are going to get is going to be sitting right in here, just above the battery box. But I have the sheet across here just in case, and we will go from there. So that is the game plan. Solar's doing good. Got me through the night very well, as usual. And yeah, so I'm pretty much whipped. I'm gonna head home, get a shower, get ready for the day, get some videos up for you guys here on Patreon and on YouTube later on, and go from there. So, oh, my dad returned the box fan, which is nice, and I converted him over to using these type of lights, which I'll flip on for you. They are USB 5 volt, and they come with this built-in switch, and they're just LED light bulbs that are very bright. What was it? The ones he ordered have an 8-foot line on them, 8-foot wire, and a hook, I believe. So he's got the better ones. They cost him about $16 a hit on Amazon, and I think they're 5,000 K. So that's equivalent to a 100-watt light bulb in lumens, I would assume. So that's pretty great. He ordered 4 of them for his trailer. Instead of using the inverter to power his 120 volt LEDs, he's switching over to these so he can run everything longer and harder without hurting the battery, since he's only using a lead acid deep cycle. So we learned all these things from my mistakes and my learning here at the Off-Grid Tiny House. So all my information definitely comes in handy for sure. Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. So I will return for the rain. So stay tuned for that. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House bringing you another prepping video. Sorry if it's a little shaky and noisy, but I am driving and this window is down. Nice out. 21 degrees out right now. Now guys, if you've been following my channel and my prepping videos, you know I recommended horse-based ivermectin to anybody to beat the Rona, right? Well, it turns out well, it's sold out everywhere, pretty much. It's hard to get. And what's been happening now is interesting. You know, the vaccine company Pfizer, who's, you know, making a gazillion dollars off these shots. Well, they've actually said they're now going to make what they are calling Pfizermectin, which is just a nickname the internet has given this product, because it's basically Pfizer is making their own brand of ivermectin to treat the Rona. Okay, So guys, what does that tell you about the horse paste and ivermectin? That it works, because if the Pfizer manufacturer of the vaccine is finally catching on and figuring that out, then there you go. Now, my question is, where is the FDA? Because if the FDA says this isn't an approved treatment, ivermectin, that is, horse paste, or regular human grade ivermectin, same thing, same molecule. What is the deal? Because they're going to allow Pfizer to do that without as an actual treatment, which is basically the same thing as ivermectin. They're just making it under their private, what would they call that? Generic brand? Making their own brand? Whoops. So, yeah. What do you think about that, guys? What do you think about that? Ivermectin. FDA doesn't approve it when it's not their company, Pfizer, making it. And the reason I say their company, the FDA, is because the head of Pfizer when they left Pfizer, they went over and worked at the head as one of the heads at the FDA. So conflict of interest much? And I'll post his I'll post the photo and the proof of that up here for you guys in just a second. So pretty amazing and astounding stuff, guys. So Pfizer is trying to make all the money and leave you guys out to lunch. But they don't want anybody but Pfizer making money with the ivermectin that's already on the market and that works, because, well, obviously we know it works. It's just it's a giant money grab monopoly going on with Big Pharma right now. It's pathetic. Oh, here's another homeless guy out here. Thanks, Trudeau. Keep bringing them in. Anyways, guys, this is unbelievable. So, obviously, something is rigged. You got the head of Pfizer going over and working at the head to head up the FDA, and then going back and forth, which they call a revolving door. Now, also, other corporations have done this in the past. If you remember Roundup and Monsanto, they did this as well to get their product approved at the FDA. So they would quietly leave Monsanto, head over to head up the FDA, and then vice versa. Once they got their approvals, they'd head back, cash in on their stocks and bonuses and whatever. The FDA is completely corrupt. I don't think I need to tell you that, but if you aren't paying attention, then that's exactly what's going on. Insanity is going on. So it's happened for years. Heads of giant corporations jump over to run the FDA head and get their products approved for their corporation. Conflict of interest much? Government, where are you? Nowhere to be found. Justice Department, nowhere to be found. FBI, nowhere to be found. So this is what we're dealing with, guys. It's insanity, and I don't like it. You shouldn't like it. And this shit should be all over the news, but apparently not. So anyways, the moral of the story is, it proves ivermectin, again, is going to help you during an incident if you have the Rona, okay? So, like I said, you're not going to, if all you can get is the horse paste variety, you're not going to eat the whole tube of this stuff, guys. Don't be stupid. You're going to take like a pea-sized amount, maybe a teaspoon amount at the max per day. And what I would recommend is washing that down with Canada Dry tonic water. It's got a yellow label, soda. It tastes like absolute garbage because it's basically a medication. And what's in that is hydrochloroquine. Low-level hydrochloroquine has been grandfathered into that product. It's a tonic water. So you suck that back with some ivermectin paste, choke all that stuff down, take some vitamin D, some vitamin C, zinc, keep hydrating yourself, and you'll be good to go. Just, you know, take the ivermectin paste, I don't know, like for a week at that dosage. Same with the, now you can go a little bit heavier on the hydrochloroquine in the Canada Dry tonic water. So you can do a couple cans a day, at least that. And take your multivitamins, and the combination of the two should absolutely devastate the Rona in your body, and then you'll have natural immunity, which is absolutely the best thing to have. Then you won't need any nonsense with shots, blah, 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 blah. Now, I've also heard it's horrendously bad for you if you have already beaten the Rona and then get the double jabs and plus boosters. So don't do it. Don't be dumb. If you've already beaten it naturally, then you're immune. You'll be fine. Your body's already learned how to beat it. So there you go, guys. Another prepping video for you guys. I will see you guys on the next one. But like I say, the corruption is unreal with the FDA and these big pharma companies and these corporations just sending their CEOs back and forth between the FDA and running these corporations to get their stuff approved and pushed through, and then jumping back ship to get get their stock options or get another higher up placement in the company is incredibly corrupt. It's actually harming the public, which is, I find, how is that even legal? Obviously there's no oversight. The Justice Department is doing nothing, the FBI is doing nothing. It's a complete joke, okay? So that's where we're at. Stay safe. Again, more proof. Ivermectin works. What else am I going to tell you? Also, what I should also say is I tried to sell a bunch of the tubes online on different websites, Craigslist, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, on and on and on, all banned. So they have social media control cover-up going on, not allowing you to sell these products, which is insane. So I'm going to try a workaround and rename them something else and post them up there and see what happens. See you on the next one.